As John mentioned, my name is Andrew Sage, and I'm responsible for global distribution at Cisco. And the first thing that I want to do before I say another word is say thank you. I want to say thank you to Ingram Micro, our incredible partner of decades, the amazing work that you guys do for us. And I want to say thank you to all of you in the room, all the partners that work with Cisco and work with Ingram. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but I will tell you that this is a multi-billion-dollar route to market for Cisco and has consistently been our fastest growing partner community at the company. So thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. Your growth, which is really quite impressive, shows that you're connecting with our customers in a really important way, and so I really want to thank you for that. So I'm going to talk for 20 minutes or so about digital transformation and probably spend a little more time on sort of our business model together than anything else. And I'm going to break it down into 4 categories. First, I'm going to talk about the size of the opportunity. And, you know, we debated what kind of a word should we use to describe the opportunity for digital transformation and that is created for all of us in this room. We had humongous, and we had huge, and we had massive, and we chose enormous, but I don't know, whatever word you describe this number with is pretty big. $1.2 trillion is what IDC tells us our customers are going to spend to manage and implement their digital transformation initiatives in 2019. That's this year. So that number is massive. And what we're talking about here and what's kind of changed over the last few years, and we've been having this conversation together for a while, is that customers are no longer using technology to support their business. They're using technology to change their business, to fundamentally change how they work, and that's why so much investment, that's why so much value is created. So that's really exciting. What's also exciting for a company like ours, who is a network specialist company, and for all of you who work with the network, is that Gartner sees the network in the eyes of our customers becoming more and more critical over the next few years in supporting these digital transformations. You know, the buzzwords out there right now are things like 5G and Wi-Fi 6. These are all about connectivity. These are all about bringing data to the places it needs to be, connecting users, connecting devices. You know, IoT itself is fundamentally a networking problem. So I think that we and our partners are in a fantastic spot right now. But the most exciting thing for everybody in this room, both partners, Ingram, and my peers in the industry, is that as our customers move forward on their transformation journey and they start building out these capabilities, for every dollar they spend, there it is, for every dollar they spend on a digital transformation investment, they're going to spend $7 to modernize the infrastructure that supports that investment. Every dollar they spend, they're going to spend $7 in cloud, in on-premise, in software, in services. That's something that makes me super motivated. So we've always gotten up on stage at this point and talked about customer examples. And we always look for the craziest customers. Some of the customers that maybe Carl has funded in the past, you know, Uber and Lyft and Tesla and Airbnb, companies that digitally transformed their industry. But the challenge I had with that was it never really connected with sort of the average customer that I see in my business and that you see in your business. So what I thought I would do is go to the other end of the customer spectrum and give you an example of digital transformation at Jimi's Pizza. This is a true story, and if you don't believe me, then you can verify this quite easily because Jimi's Pizza is in, wait for it, Buffalo, New York, right? So I can't BS you at this point. This is all true. Jimi had a pretty successful delivery pizza business, right? He had a phone number, he had a sign, he made good pizza, people would call him up, and he would deliver them pizza. But he had greater ambitions than to do this. He had a big plan for his company. He had a dream, and he needed someone to help him make it possible. He started by up-leveling his brand. He wanted to transform his company, not to be a pizza delivery company, but to be a craft beer and pizza experience for his customers. And he wanted to acquire a ton of new customers into this new business. He expanded, he added new locations, and he wanted to make sure that his whole business was efficient and secure. Those were his goals. He came and he talked to a Cisco partner, just like one of you in this room, and asked, can you help me do this? I have my business plan in mind, but I don't know what to do on the technology side. The partner said, I can help you. I can help you identify that $1 to spend that's going to drive that $7. And the dollar he spent was on a mobile point of sale solution so that his clerks, or his bartenders and waiters and waitresses could move around easily. He invested in a business management application, which happened to reside in the cloud on an infrastructure as a service platform provided by one of the folks you've heard about today. And he invested in an application called Location Analytics, which would tell him, over time, trends on who was in his restaurants, how long did they stay, where were they, all those kinds of things. Those were his applications. And those applications, plus the idea that he wanted to enhance his customer experience in his meeting rooms to attract people to come in and meet, have their afternoon team building session, and then maybe have a couple beers afterwards. Wanted to enhance that with video. And he wanted to do a social media makeover. And this is kind of the fun part. You see this thing over here. It's a physical device. It's actually sitting right over there on the wall. It's lit up. I don't know if you can see it very well. There it is right there. So this is a device called a Smurl, and he puts this on the bar in his restaurant. And what it does is it counts how many likes his Facebook page gets. So people walk in the bar, and they look at this thing on the bar, and they go, Jimmy, what is that? And he's like, oh, that increments physically, click, click, every time somebody likes my Facebook page. And so, of course, what do, right? You go to his Facebook page, you like his Facebook page, it increments, all good. Great idea, among all the other things that he did. The results that he got from this, he's the #1 location for craft beer and pizza in Buffalo, 5,000 likes on his Facebook page, new customers, new brand, fantastic. For the partner, a full solution. They rebuilt the network, they built a secure wireless network, cloud managed by our Meraki portfolio. They secured everything, they provided collaboration and video in the conference rooms. They implemented the POS application and they're managing it all. It's not a huge customer, but it's actually really good, profitable, ongoing revenue for the partner. That's the kind of customer that I think we probably meet more every day, more likely than we're going to meet the next Uber, although good luck, I hope you do. Next thing, new buying centers. So who's making the decisions in our customers right now? There's no question that we are very familiar and you are very expert at selling to the data center decision maker, the network decision maker, the security CSO, the telephony manager, if there's any of those left. This is easy for us, but this is not going to get us where we need to go. We need to start selling to the app developers, the DevOps people, the sales and marketing teams, the OT and manufacturing folks, because the budgets are moving from there to there without a question. Not that we can forsake the ones who brought us to the dance. It's clearly critical to manage those relationships, but budgets are moving in that direction without a question. According to IDC, over 50% of the budgets this year are going to come from the line of business versus the technology side of the house. And so if you go out and look at our partners, this is a survey we do every 6 months of thousands of partners globally. The average partner gets about 35% of their business from a conversation with a business decision maker. The most profitable partner, that's 45%. And that number is just going to have to get higher and higher as we engage with these business decision makers, right? In my small example, that would have been Jimi. Cloud fuels infrastructure growth. We're at the Ingram Cloud Conference, and I'm thrilled to be here finally up on the stage. It took me a long time, by the way, to get myself up here. Cloud fuels infrastructure growth, and this is a critical point that I want to make sure we all understand. Now, for companies like Cisco, if you recall, 4 or 5 years ago, maybe a little more than that, people were saying cloud is going to be the end of a company like ours as everything moves into the cloud. Well, the truth is, cloud is fueling my growth at Cisco and is fueling your growth with your Cisco practice right now. Whether it's the SaaS and cloud applications that we're delivering to our customers, or whether it's the secure infrastructure that these customers need to get to those cloud applications effectively. So cloud is fueling infrastructure growth for us. But it's also changing the way we engage. This is something else that Carl pointed out. We can't go to our customers anymore and win a project, spec out a solution, drop off some hardware and some software licenses, do some implementation services, and then move on to the next customer. That's not how our customers want to buy from us anymore. They want subscriptions. They want OpEx methods to procure their solutions. They want recurring value that keeps getting better over the lifetime of the solution. They want a business outcome. And we need to change our business models in order to make this happen for them. This is that business model change that Carl pointed out is more difficult to go through than a technological transformation. And this is one that we really want to help out with. Take a look at the amount of recurring revenue that the average partner does. So, when we talk about recurring revenue, in this case, we're talking about all of the recurring business that you do, which would include your managed services, your cloud services, et cetera. Average partner, about 35% of your revenue comes from recurring, and most profitable is 39%, which is pretty high. Put yourself in this picture, see how you stand. I think we're going to get higher than 39 over time, and of the 39 in the Cisco world, probably about 15–20% is cloud revenue. The rest is managed services. So it's an important transition, and it's probably more difficult than some of the technology transitions we've been through in the past. Finally, customer experience, very much tied to the last conversation that we had. Customer experience is about this idea that we can't drop the stuff off at the loading dock and go away. And we can't treat a SaaS or a cloud engagement with a customer like we treat a product engagement. We've got to stick with that customer. And this channel is a huge part of Cisco's customer success value proposition. If we can retain more customers, 5% increase in customer retention, 75% increase in profit. More importantly, this idea of customer experience, customer success, over time is going to overtake price and product as a key brand differentiator for us and for you. And I'll say it one more time. Our partners, you folks in this room, you're a critical part of Cisco's customer success strategy and how we show up to our customers. So let me tell you what I'm talking about here a little bit more. This is the customer experience lifecycle. This is a beautiful, infinite loop that starts with something that everybody in this room is really good at, and that is closing a deal or getting a customer to choose you, choose us to solve their problem, tie it to their business need. Choosing is the first step in our journey together with a customer, however, and we have to really make sure we're focused on the rest of that trip, which goes next to using. Makes sense, right? Shelfware was a thing of the past. I think we all remember it from years and years ago, maybe decades ago. There's no such thing in the world of SaaS. If the customer subscribes to a SaaS application and they don't use it, they're not going to pay for it. That's the end of it. So you need to make sure that after you've landed that deal, after that customer's chosen to work with us, that they're using that application, that every user's using Webex when they're on the road, that every executive knows how to start a video conference instead of calling somebody to help do it for them, right? Get them using the cloud solution, and if you're successful doing that, they're going to love it. So you go from choosing to using to loving, and as much as loving is an incredibly important human emotion, it also drives a renewal at the end of this virtuous cycle, which starts us all over again with choosing, using, and loving. So this is how we see the customer lifecycle, and this is going to be a really big part of how Cisco goes to market with our partners, because we want to stick with our customers all the way. There's a website called the Success Hub, the Cisco Success Hub. You can search for that if you want to get an idea of what this whole concept is all about and how you can start to get into it if you're not already. There we go. So a lot is changing. Those three topics, business transformation, business decision makers, business model transformation, and customer success, they're transformational topics for Cisco for sure. And I know that they're transformational topics for a lot of our partners. But our customers need us to do this. We also need to perform, right? We have to pay the bills, pay our employees, keep our families happy. And so this combination of perform for today, which you guys are killing it, absolutely killing it for us, and transform for tomorrow, learning some of these new skills, moving forward so that we meet our customer expectations, getting ahead of things is the balance that we're going to have to make, and we're with you on this the whole way. So I'm going to close with just a few slides on the investments that we're making at Cisco to be able to create the right platform so that you can go out and create these incredible customer experiences and support your customers in their digital transformation journey. We are extremely passionate about the idea that the future is extremely tied to the network. So everyone's digital business opportunities is going to be very dependent on the capabilities of the network. We're making investments in these 5 key categories, and I would love to talk to you about each of these categories for half an hour each. But I will not, because you can go find that information at the breakouts. But these 5 areas of investment we think are critical to building this foundation. We've talked a lot about multi-cloud this week. Multi-cloud, the idea that no customer is going to have all of their work done in the cloud or all of their work done on-prem. No customer is going to choose a single technology as a service or infrastructure as a service provider. No customer is going to choose a single SaaS provider. It's going to be a challenge in managing all of those. And how do you balance, is it better to run the application on-prem? Is it better to run it in cloud? We are committed to providing the technology to make those decisions and the management of those applications in a multi-cloud world much easier, much more cost-effective for our customers. Second area of investment, we are going to reinvent the network. Being from Cisco, it's really hard for me not to talk about this for half an hour, but I'm not gonna. The idea that we have around reinventing the network is simply we're in the process of making the network more software controlled, cloud controlled like our Meraki solutions, more secure, more easily managed by our customers so that we can do a lot more with a lot less as we move forward. And a perfect example of this is software-defined wide area networks. Who's done software-defined wide area networks for their customers? Just getting started. This is the idea of helping our customers architect their wide area networks to support this idea that applications are going to be everywhere. Whereas before, the customer would go from their branch or their one location to a data center location to work, is no longer the case. Everybody's going to be going to cloud applications throughout the world to make things happen, and your wide area network has to be able to support that in a secure and intelligent manner. That's the idea of software-defined wide area network, and most customers are going to make a decision this year on how they proceed, so it's a great opportunity for us. So that's the idea of software-defined networking. Unlocking the power of data, a great conversation just before I got up here on IoT. You know, all of those devices proliferating at an incredible rate. I think I learned a new number last week, the zettabyte, is that right? Do we know what a zettabyte is? It's like the zeros are this long. That's how much data will come off of all of the IoT devices. Our strategy is to help our customers manage those IoT devices at the edge so that we don't have to bring everything back to the central location to do the artificial intelligence analysis. We can do a lot of work at the edge. So that's our data strategy. Security, foundational to everything that we do. And this is a topic, by the way, that you can get right into the business decision maker's office to talk about. Even Jimi, who's a small business owner, cared about the security of his customers' data, or cared that they wouldn't get on his public Wi-Fi and then get hacked or have a bad experience. So security is foundational, and we're extremely focused on this, from the multi-factor authentication at the application level, through the cloud security, network security, threat intelligence. We're making significant investments to continue to meet our customers' needs. And then finally, meaningful experiences. You know, at the end of the day, we talk a lot about technology, but our business is about people. And in our collaboration portfolio, we want to make sure that we're creating incredible experiences for our customers as they collaborate with their employees and as they collaborate outside of their business with their customers. And on that topic, I'm going to just comment for a couple of seconds on our Webex portfolio, and I'm going to make an announcement for all of you. So our Webex portfolio is our collaboration brand, our platform that takes collaboration from web collaboration all the way through to video collaboration in the boardroom. Goes from the mobile device riding on a train to that the most tricked out video conference room you could ever imagine, seamlessly from one medium to another. And it connects the collaboration activities between each of the meetings with our Webex Teams solution so that the workflows don't, so that the meetings don't end after the Webex session is over, but the workflow continues. We have great interoperability with our friends Microsoft in this space, and I think it's a fantastic opportunity for us to partner together, especially as we work on the cloud marketplace. So we're excited about this, and I'm going to share a real quick video with you just to talk a little bit more about some of the new stuff in the Webex platform. Could you roll that for me, please?
Hello? Hello? You're going to have to call me back.
Did you guys book this room? Because I'm pretty sure I booked this room.
Awesome for collaboration, no matter where you are. And the best news is that the core of that solution, which is our Webex platform, is available on the Ingram Marketplace right now, along with Umbrella, one of our key security solutions, key cloud security solutions. And I'm really happy to say that we're bringing Webex Flex, and those of you who work with us know how popular this platform is. We're bringing Webex Flex to the Ingram Micro Marketplace in April, significantly increasing the user count so that you can bring in deals up to 500 users. And we're going to continue to focus on bringing our key SaaS applications to you through the marketplace. We're really excited about our partnership with Nimesh and team in this regard. So just to wrap up, I have an offer to make for you all. We're going to launch this new Webex Flex solution in April, and for those of you who are still here, must be present to win. The first 100 partners who order Webex Flex on the Ingram Marketplace when it is launched in April will receive a Webex Share device, which allows you to take any widescreen television and turn it into a collaboration device tightly integrated with the Webex infrastructure. So the way that you will find out about this offer is to go to the Webex Facebook page. You can search for Webex on Facebook and like the page. And by the way, we're going to use our Smurl over there to count how many of you actually did that. So with that, I want to thank all of you for your time. I look forward to working with you to bridging between the ideas our customers have to the results that we can deliver for them. Thank you for your partnership.